Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vaginal Fantasy. Vaginal Fantasy is a romance book club where me and my three co-hosts read a romance adventure / urban fantasy / sometimes. And we discuss it every month. And in the interim, we discuss on our forums at cupcakes.com/vaginalfantasy. Lots and lots of people are there, so check it out. And I am very blessed to have the best co-hosts in the Google Hangout book club world. They're pretty awesome otherwise, too. Veronica Belmont.
Hello. People in the chat are asking what regulars should be called. What are viewers of Vaginal Fantasy called?
I think vaginistas was what we...
Well, that sounds a little, can we have something a little more inclusive?
Okay,
Vaginators?
No, it's a good one, guys.
Vaginators is pretty good. I always thought VFers.
Yeah.
Vagitators? Like agitators? Vagitators?
What about something with books, like reading? Like...
Well, we'll continue with the introductions.
Okay.
We'll think about this throughout the show, and you chat meisters over there can start thinking about it as well.
Vagimites? That's a terrible spread. Skyrim spread. That's a terrible one. What am I...
Vag fanners.
Yeah, vag fanners.
Okay.
Jessica Crawford says. That's pretty good. Or vag fans. We called them vag fans.
We
What am I
do
even
call them
talking
vag
about? What am I even talking about, you guys? It's been a while.
I think they're called vegetarians.
Wow. That's Bonnie Burton, by the way. Hello, Bonnie.
You're welcome. It's the wine glass that's as big as my head. It's back.
Hey!
Your dog is lying in boobs.
Bottle of wine in here, so
Okay.
I don't know.
But Sophie is literally lying in a bed of boobs.
Yeah, I tried to. The penis pillow's behind me. You can see the tip right there.
Mm.
And the balls are right there, and then the boobs are right there, and then Godzilla's there, and Jabba's. I just tried to diversify.
Okay.
And also the boob kind of looks like a cupcake, though I also have the cupcake pillow
How appropriate.
for today. So yeah, I've got a lot of pillows.
Adorable.
Yeah.
And then our last guest host, Kyla Casey.
Hi!
And her hair, which is always the best part.
So this is it. This is what I got. This and I don't know if anybody needs like a binky or a monkey bear lammy one. I don't know. I haven't slept.
It's like a mom or a raver.
I seriously haven't slept. I'm so tired. So if I fall asleep in the middle of this show, I apologize. But I'm sure whatever I say while I'm asleep will be brilliant.
You look good, though. You look good.
Thanks.
Yeah, you don't look tired at all. Like you're defying every young mother stereotype there is.
That's because I'm old. I'm an old mother.
Don't look it.
Mother.
Well, before we get into, let's see, what is everyone drinking? We know Bonnie's drinking a whole bottle of wine. So.
A whole bottle of wine, but because it's cupcake, I'm also eating a
Oh.
So because
Gimme.
a lot of cupcakes, I'm eating a lot of cupcakes.
Oh, why didn't you share?
Yeah, what the hell?
Veronica, have mine. Here you go.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
God,
That's gone already.
why didn't we practice that so then you actually had one and you could pull it out?
That would be so funny.
So good.
That would have been so. We don't do any pre-production on this damn show.
And that's why it's fun. There's no pressure.
I know.
We set the bar really low and we always have fun.
It's true.
I'm drinking rye. I'm drinking bourbon.
Damn, straight up.
Nice.
Well, not technically straight up. It has an ice cube in it.
What kind is it? Bullet?
No, it's 1776. I'm experimenting with new mid-range ryes.
Very nice.
What is a rye as opposed to a bourbon or a whiskey? Is that different?
Rye does not use aged barrels primarily. It's slightly more peppery in taste. Those are the things that I really remember the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know enough about it to sound like you know a lot because you just sounded like you knew a lot, but yet I detected underneath you don't really know that much.
I'm also getting over the worst cold of all time, so if I start spontaneously like hacking, I'll do my best to mute my microphone at some point.
You know, I tweeted at Tyler Oakley because he had a video about getting over a cold, and he favorited it. So you should be getting like millions more followers now.
Okay. No, Anne says no. Bourbon used aged barrels. I said I know. Rye does not use aged barrels. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. That's one of the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there.
Everyone's saying we're talking like my brother because he literally talks ad infinitum about bourbon and whiskey.
Oh, I should do a show with Ryan about bourbon.
If you'd like to do that, he will take you up on that because he could talk. I've never glazed over quite as hard, even when people are talking about hockey, than Ryan talking about bourbon. Like his knowledge base is very deep.
I would watch that. I would watch a show where you and Ryan just talk about bourbon for like hours. I would totally watch that.
Do it, Veronica.
Have to be like quarterly. I don't have time for any more podcasts right now, especially when I'm like on the job hunt.
You're too good at too many things, Veronica, as a human. Okay, well, before we start into our
Wait,
book...
what am I drinking?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Same thing I was drinking always. I don't know, this is vodka. There's just a lot of vodka in here.
Vodka and what?
Soda water, and then like a little bit of like a non-calorie, just like flavored orange thing.
Did we ever
basically vodka?
Does vodka kill probiotics? Because I still add it to my kombucha.
We talked about this before. I have no idea.
I don't think it does. Go ahead and suggest.
Yeah. All I know is that right now I'm having like a major eye twitch. You know how like after you play video games for like 8 hours, I'm having that. So it's like if everybody thinks that I'm having a stroke, I'm not. I think maybe. So.
I hope you aren't. Your baby needs you. I think babies need.
I think babies need their moms. I don't know.
Yeah, they do. Well, I'm just drinking water because I'm trying to do this thing where I actually cut back on my acid reflux.
Oh, good. That's
good. Because I did this Ayurvedic cleanse in December where I ate nothing but like rice and lentils and vegetables, and it cleared up my. And then for the first time in like years, I was like, oh, this is how people sleep. Like I could literally sleep the whole night. So then I realized, oh, it's really bad. Again. Oh. So now I'm just trying to detox for a couple months and then get back on the hard liquor wagon. So I'm going to be more boring.
I'm actually considering going vegan, but you can still drink when you're vegan, right?
Yes. Yeah, you can definitely drink.
Yeah, there are plenty of, you can drink.
I mean, obviously I'm not drinking like ox blood or something. I'm just saying.
No, there are some beers, though, that are not vegan. So you just have to recognize that. But most beer is fine.
Okay. What's in the non-vegan beer? Like, what is it?
Honey?
Honey?
Yeah.
Well, honey is technically not vegan, but there's also milk stout.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
There are lots of other things that can be put into beers that are so it makes it not vegan.
I see.
I think most vegans, unless you're like super hardcore, don't pay attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in the audience are wanting to know more about Ayurvedic diets. Guys, look it up. It's very, very helpful. But then, of course, now I just eat whatever I want, and I regret it. Kind of like this. Anyway, okay. I'm going to give a little shout out to our local hangouts. So if you're new, we have local hangouts all around the world who get together of their own volition in the group and discuss the book of the month, the alt book, books of their choice, and it's really awesome because we have communities all around the world. And I give a little shout out to them at the top of every episode. So this month we had, on February 7th, we had Cloudy with a Chance of Clitlid. Guys, I love your name. In Seattle.
I want them to make T-shirts. Make T-shirts for us.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I have to get Bodega from her kennel. I'll be right back.
Okay. February 11th, the Wanton Wisconsinites met in Milwaukee. February 19th, the Ladies of the Great Lakes met in Royal Oak, Michigan. And February 20th, Beers, Books, and Boobs met in Ypsilanti, Michigan. So we got a lot of mid-central, northwest. I don't know what to call you guys. Anyway, February 20th, we had the Gotham Quills and Quims in New York City. February 20th, we also had Shameless in St. Louis, Missouri, Denver Dames in Loveland, Colorado, and Carnal in Columbia, Maryland. The 21st, we had the NoHo Cream Pies in North Hollywood. Ladies, I'm so sorry. I will get over there at some point. The 22nd, we had the long and shots of it in Addison, Texas. That's kind of nice. That's a new one. We had the English-speaking European Google Plus Hangout, named to be determined, on the 24th. The Vaginistas Google Plus Hangout on the 25th. 26th, we had the Ambassadors of Smut. We have them. I guess that's tomorrow in Orange County. Later, we have the Licentious in London. The Klitsap Coterie in Kitsap County, Washington. We have a lot of the C word coming up. And lastly, we have on the 29th coming up, Only Lovers Left in the Library, Google Plus Hangout. So if any of those seem appealing to you or close to you, look them up on the local groups area and find out how to contact them or create your own. Some of them are kind of erratic in meeting, but I'm always excited to see people getting together because this is our fourth year, guys.
I get it now. Klitsap is a joke on Kitsap, which is where they're from. That's funny. I was like, what's a Klitsap? And I was like, oh, they're from Kitsap County. That's funny, you guys. That's good. That's a good pun. I like a pun.
That's the word of 2016. Clit, I guess.
Clit?
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard it before now, and now it's in 2 groups.
Wait, what?
You've never heard the word?
No, ladies.
Don't make me laugh.
Well, Alicia, you need to get, a hand mirror and.
Yeah, we need to do a step by step.
Some South selfies. I don't know.
Oh my God! I think you just coined something.
You did.
Oh boy, a South selfie.
Yeah.
That was good.
Which reminds me of it's from Boston, so you have to use a Boston accent while you're taking your South selfie because you're a Southie.
Oh! Nice.
Dude, guy, look at my fucking clit. What the fuck?
Guys, wicked magic.
Dude, brah, dude.
How about them apples or whatever?
Wicked pissa.
That reminds me when Christian Bale suddenly got a really thick Boston accent for, what was that fighter movie he did where he was a boxer? And it was, you didn't have that accent before, and then he's on Charlie Rose, and even Charlie Rose looks confused.
He's like method. He does that stuff probably.
From Boston before, but now you're like trying to out Boston like everyone at this table, and it's not working.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to try to get South selfie in the Urban Dictionary. Link me if you do, guys. Okay. So our book this month was Bonnie's pick, and it is called Cupcakes, Trinkets, and Other Deadly Magic by Megan Siana Deutsch. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. That's a very exotic name. And here's the cover, and I'll read the description of the book. If you'd asked me a week ago, I would have told you that the best cupcakes were dark chocolate with chocolate cream cheese icing, that dancing in a crowd of magic wielders, the adept, was better than sex, and that my life was peaceful and uneventful, just like the way I like it. But what 23 years in the that's what 23 years in the magical backwater of Vancouver will get you, a completely skewed sense of reality, because when the dead werewolves started showing up, it all unraveled, except for the cupcake part. That's a universal truth. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I will.
Veronica, go first. What did you think of this book?
All right, let's start with the positives. It was a fast read. It had its funny moments. It was an easy read. There were definitely parts I enjoyed. The bad parts are, it felt like the bastard child of Sookie Stackhouse and Kate Daniels. Essentially, pretty much had every modern paranormal romance trope thrown in. Literally every single one. I mean, I cannot think of anything they really missed. It felt like I had read this book 100,000 times before, which made it comfortable and easy to read, which was good, but I don't feel like I really got anything else out of it. So yeah, and there were no that could have been, maybe if the sexy times had been a little hotter or a little more frequent, maybe that could have upped the ante a little bit for me. But otherwise, it felt very typical. It didn't feel special to me.
So it's solid assessment. I'm gonna go. I agree with you. Although I was like, oh, there's there's a lot of cliches in this, and that I really enjoyed it because I haven't read a book. I guess you're right. I've actually taken a vacation from these kind of books, and we haven't read any exactly like this filled with these kind of tropes in a while. So it was almost refreshing to go back and go, it was like
a warm blanket of paranormal romance.
And I've been missing Vancouver so much because I worked there for like 6 years on and off, and this is literally coming up on a year since I haven't worked there for the first time in 6 years, and I've been missing Vancouver so much. So to read a book with so many specific things about Vancouver, I'm like, oh, I know where that is. I know where this is. And so that was actually comforting. And I really liked the cupcakes. I don't know. I just really liked I love baking. And there's a little cupcake place that reminds me of this cupcake place in downtown Vancouver. So for that part, I really did like it.
Maybe it could have been that place.
Yeah,
could have been, exactly. It's on it's down there in Yaletown, so it's a very good cupcake place. So I guess I was fond of this in that way, and yet there were some, I think the plot was very uneven. But even though I could see people being a little annoyed with the lead, I kind of liked her that she was basically Legally Blonde with vampires. So I don't know. It hit me on a day that I enjoyed it a lot, and it was quick and very fluffy and fun. So that was just me.
Yeah.
Maybe if they had added more, maybe if the cupcakes, and maybe that will come in later, were really more a part of the story. I mean, if they had really made the cupcakes part of the plot in terms of, forget the trinkets, all of her magic is in the cupcakes.
Yeah.
I could have gotten behind that. I could have been like, okay, this is something a little bit different. I like the idea of, baking into magic. Her power comes from creating something and putting together all the elements, and that's really what magic is all about. So if they had done that as really the focus instead of kind of taking it in a different direction, that would have been fun.
Isn't that what like Water for Chocolate? Remember that movie?
Yeah.
That had a lot of baking magic and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. Well, let's just get our bare bones, and then we can get into details. Bonnie, you're eating, so.
I can go.
You want to go?
I was gonna go. You go.
Oh, okay. Kyla, go.
Okay. Stupid eye. I'm just gonna pull it out. I thought that it was I enjoyed that it was quick. It did remind me of, I don't know if you've ever read any of the PC Cast books, the Goddess Summoning books. It kind of reminded me of those. There's just a lot of homey details, how she went on and on about her stools or whatever. But I didn't.
Not those kinds of stools.
Not
stools.
Yeah.
Not poop stools.
Not her magic poop stools.
Sitting on the stools, kind. And I didn't. Yeah, I felt the same way. I wanted the cupcakes to be magic, and I was just kept waiting for that. I hate knickknacks, so I didn't like the fact that she ruined her really pretty French provincial cupcake place with a bunch of crap dangling everywhere. and then I also thought the plot was really predictable. You figure out who the villain is right away.
Right away.
Yeah, and then there's and not really any sexy times. So yeah, I didn't really like it, but it was like candy. It was like a cupcake. So it wasn't like I hated reading it. I just don't think I'll read any more of them.
It was a lot easier for me to read than the Sword of Shannara, our pick for Sword and Laser now. I was like, I'm going to put that aside, and I'm going to finish this book.
That's a very hard, It's hard to revisit Terry Brooks. I mean, I read him when I was 13, and it's one of those things you're like, I think it could seem very different through modern eyes. Grown-up eyes. Okay, well, Bonnie, what were your general thoughts? And then we'll get into more specifics.
I kind of treated this I liked how you said it's Legally Blonde paranormal with cupcakes. That's what it felt like. I'm a big sucker for just pointless rom-coms that, you can predict things, you know what's going to happen, you know what the dude's going to be like. It's just, I don't know, for me it's like a vacation from thinking. I kind of like books. I don't like this all the time. I do like books that, intrigue me and, I have to really pay attention to. This you don't really have to pay attention to, but I like that. I like that it's an easy read. even Sophie liked it. So it's just like you just stretch out and read this book, and it's not like you have to pay attention to all the finer details. And I just, it's saccharine. It's like a sweet, fun read. And there's some predictable characters for sure. Like her sister's like, bitchy, but and yeah, there wasn't really steamy scenes in there. So I do apologize for the lack of sex, unless you count shirtless yoga sex.
Yeah, that was like the closest thing, like thinking about hot bodies during yoga.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it's a sexual tension. Like, I guess in the Victorian way, she had sex. If you see someone shirtless at a yoga studio, that's like third or fourth base in the.
I had sex with like 3 guys today then.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's awesome.
I count as sex as far as I'm concerned.
Wait, if the guy who leads my Baptiste Vinyasa Yoga podcast is sweaty.
Can you
and
see him though? Is there album art? No.
I can only hear him. So
Is your cat in like some kind of baby cradle back there? I just
oh my God, he did. He just got into the. They both cats do this. They get into the glider. Here, hold on.
How did you see that?
I just saw a cat. I was like, where's the cat going?
Yeah, I was suspicious of the cat.
Oh, click on Kyla's picture. Click on Kyla's picture, Felicia.
Wait.
To hold it, to make it the main image. That's so amazing. That is so amazing. That cat knows what's up.
Both cats do it, and actually, Kitten or Tiberius got stuck in it last night. He couldn't figure out how to get out.
Oh, no.
It's like you're living in a Tumblr meme.
It's true.
That's awesome.
It's true. Plus, they play in the little baby play thing. They played all the baby crap.
Oh my God.
The pictures aren't just as cute as your baby pictures.
Oh.
Someone in the chat, me, says, I thought Kyla had a human baby.
I'm still not sure.
See, this is what happens when you're a cat dragon.
It is. You just...
You have these weird, like, cat human babies, like cat people. Anyway, so that's my 2 cents on the book. I liked it for what it's worth. I just didn't think it was, it's not War and Peace. It's
a lot of people in chat are saying that the magic gets better as it goes along in the series. Some people read all 5 books after reading this one because it was free, so that was a good choice this month.
Oh yeah.
I think also though there's the Cupcakes thing doesn't really come into play. Like there's no magical cupcakes.
That's what we said. Yeah.
In your books, so I don't know. I feel like that was just to get us in. That just
at some point she's got to put buttercream on somebody's junk, right?
I hope
right.
So.
Right?
No, I have to. Can we just side note here? Why was it always chocolate? Like, why was chocolate mentioned so often? It's like I'm not a chocolate fan, so.
Well, at the end, Ket gets a lemon cupcake. You get to.
And there was one that was kind of like it had maple buttercream and had like more of a carrot cakey thing.
Ooh.
It sounded really good. Maple. It was like a maple thing.
So if she's a fairy, I'm gonna be pissed. If that's what her magic is, I'm gonna be pissed.
Why do you have against fairies?
Because then she is literally Sookie Stackhouse, just baking.
I see what you mean.
Or like a Keebler elf. I don't know.
Yeah, she's a goddamn Keebler elf.
I don't think Keebler elves ever had. There were no women Keebler elves, were there?
Yeah. Well, how else did they make more Keebler elves?
They never got any FaceTime though.
That's true.
I think that they developed through spores or something.
Yeah, it's like there was only one Smurfette.
Well,
she was the only one.
But there's a reason why Smurfette was the only one. She was built by Gargamoyle to go into the Smurfs and infiltrate.
Oh, right.
Know your Smurf history. Like, I know my Smurf history. Smurfette just didn't show up. She was a Gargamoyle.
Right, I'm not gonna feel bad that I just spoiled that Sookie Stackhouse is part fairy because that shit has been out for so long. I'm sorry. That is
it's like I'm gonna tell you who all the Cylons are right now.
Yeah, come on. No, I'm not gonna feel bad about that. Sorry, not gonna feel bad. Can't make me feel bad.
I just dropped a massive Smurfette spoilers. No one's yelling at me.
It's
there you go. Yeah.
Although Blasno is really concerned that people are gonna get a UTI from all the choco junk. Buttercream cell selfies.
You get a yeast infection more
like. You don't want to mix chocolate with your Southie.
Yeah.
No, not with your selfie.
Now, if you were into like, if it was like a yogurt ice cream kind of topping, maybe like a.
That'll be okay.
Oh, come on. Oh, God. Now that's such bad visuals.
I feel like if it's probiotic icing is okay for your selfie,
I
but
have to have a coughing fit.
Well, it is a homeopathic remedy for yeast infections is to put.
not icing, no, not Nutella.
It's to what?
No, it's to put the natural, like, just the natural yogurt up.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
put your yogurt up your hoo-ha, yeah?
Yeah.
Is that safe though?
I'm not saying that I've tried it once. I'm just saying that it doesn't work. You know what? You go to the doctor and you get that pill. That's what you do.
Just go.
The fruit on the bottom yogurt, that really.
Yeah, you do. You definitely don't want the fruit on the bottom yogurt.
Or the granola. Don't get the kind where you put granola in.
You don't need that much yeast for the cupcake to rise, let me tell you. Oh, no, she said that. No.
Oh, put a cupcake in my cupcake.
Oh my God, we're losing so many
I
followers.
know. I heard you like cupcakes, so I gave you this cupcake to put in your cupcake.
Guys, I'm so gross this month, all right? Sorry. All right.
No, Sean, vaginal yeast spread is not a thing. Please tell me that's not a thing.
No, oh God, no.
Tell me
No,
that's
Sean, don't Photoshop that. No.
No, I have heard
different
menstrual-
Sean, different Sean, different Sean.
Oh, that's not
Menstrual
Sean
blood
Shannon. Oh, that's Sean Schaefer. Sorry.
No Sean's Photoshop that. No Sean.
No,
Zero
shots. If you're a Sean, don't do that.
We'll do that. It's like earwax candles. That's not a real thing.
No.
Oh.
Really not.
Like breast milk popsicles?
Got
Breast
it?
milk, anything made with breast milk
Or
is
placenta is disgusting.
yes.
Oh, did you eat yours?
No.
Should I not ask that?
Why didn't you eat yours? Isn't
No.
that what all the good mothers do, Kyla?
I know, I'm a terrible mom. They asked us both. They're like, do you want to look at the placenta? And we were both like, no.
Why? Why would you want to look at it?
I know, some people do. My friend Lori wanted to.
I would want to look at it. I'd probably look at
Wait,
it.
what's the deal? It just looks like a liver, right?
It's like a huge. I don't know. I didn't Google it.
It would look like some sort of sushi, and that would ruin sushi for me.
No, it's huge. Like it's more than you ever thought. That
I eat a lot
anything. That's all I know from Call of the Midwife. That's all I know because I've seen it kind of taken away.
Right.
But
Okay.
why would you want to look at it?
I don't know. Why would you even ask us
Why do you
that?
look at anything disgusting? Why do I look at my boogers when I blow them out of my nose? Why do I do that? Because I need to know what this.
Why do we
I
look
need to
at
know
the
what my
toilet?
health is.
Yeah, why do we look in the toilet before we flush? Everyone does.
You know what? Well, you should.
Adrian,
Just in
In
case.
Asian cultures, you got to look at your poop on the squat toilet because that's how you know you're healthy.
Michelle says you can eat the placenta in pill form. It's good for mom and baby. Isn't that what Kim Kardashian did? She basically put her placenta in pills.
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you, Kyla, for knowing that. That's all I know about Kim Kardashian, by the way.
I
Like,
feel like Kim Kardashian should come out with that line of pills so we can all benefit.
I would get them. I would probably.
Nah, I'd only Beyonce pills for me.
I'm not going to judge. If you want to eat your placenta, that's cool. If you don't want to eat your placenta, that's also cool.
How many people
It's a life choice.
right now think we're talking about polenta?
A lot of people don't like polenta either, so.
I feel like we're ruining so many foods on this episode.
I don't understand why. Is it like tradition, like in the caveman times, would a woman eat her placenta for fun?
I don't know where this came from. It's like
It's got all these nutrients and iron and stuff. It's got magical properties, or I don't know.
Jessica Crawford in the chat is just teaching me things I never wanted to learn.
Like what? Like
I
what?
swear to God, I don't want to even know these things in my brain. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, I want to know. I want to
said-
know.
She says there's something called a lotus birth, where you just leave the placenta attached by the umbilical cord until it dries up and falls off by itself.
Oh.
I don't know
You just have
what
a
to
baby
carry it
plus
around
with a
in a little
backpack?
case. Do you just like in a little baggie like, with you?
It's a really good way for your child to have mommy issues forever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would expect they would still cut the cord, clamp it off, on the baby, so the baby can go, away and get a job or whatever babies do. And then,
Yeah.
and
Be
then
an earning member of the family. I mean, really.
right?
Yeah.
And then you've got like cord hanging, the rest of the cord just like hanging out of you.
Hmm.
Ew, you gotta stuff that back up, right? Or what?
Yeah, maybe they stick it back up inside you, or maybe it just hangs out like a tampon thing.
Oh, okay. Let's move
moving
back
on.
to the book
Yeah,
zone.
moving on.
Get back to the book club.
Like all that,
guys.
none of that grossed me out until we talked about tampon strings. So it's like, I'm done, I'm out.
Done.
That was your hill. That was a hill that you were gonna die on.
Well, anyway, I'm finishing the production on my feminist craft book, which is coming out in September, and I actually have a tampon craft in it called Tampon Buddies, and it's what to do with unused tampons. Thank you very much. And you take them out and you make these little puppets with them. And so I'm making feminist icon puppets out of unused tampons.
Were you going to make a Ruth Bader Ginsburg tampon puppet?
Oh my God.
Why did we both go there?
Yeah. I made an Emma Watson tampon puppet earlier.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't want her to block me, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not used. They're not like I have some sanity and like hygiene levels in this book, but
Gotcha.
I'm just saying they also make very cute ghosts. So if you have a bunch of tampons laying around that you're never going to use, you can, spread that cotton out, put googly eyes on it, and the string's like a hanger.
Okay, moving on. So we had a lot of comments in the chat, in the forums about this book. It was a lively discussion, as are some that are mixed reviews. A lot of people did like this book and read 5 of them in a row. So this is kind of like a love-hate book in a sense. Not hate, but just love criticize. I think the main criticism was the pacing of the plot. And what did you guys think about that? Like, let's talk plot let's talk plot first. What did you think about the plot of the book?
I really liked that it was a murder mystery, that she was a suspect. I thought, again, this is more of a character analysis than anything, that she was pretty naive about the whole situation. But I really did I kind of liked it, even though the vampire werewolf thing is kind of, a given these days. Like, that's traditional to have that kind of dichotomy in paranormal romance books. I really did like the plot quite a bit. I like a good murder mystery, even though we all kind of knew who it was. Like, it was predictable, like a Law and Order episode. I liked it.
I liked the fact that, you could see the bad guy literally a mile away. Like, we all knew that her sister is the bad guy. Sorry, guys, this is spoilery. So, but we're going to spoil the book. So that was so obvious, but what I really did like was the fact that Hudson, the hot guy, I thought he really was set up to be her love interest for the series, and then bam, he got murdered. Right. So, and then I was really like, wow, that was a bold move. And then with the vampire, there really wasn't a lot of sexual tension between them. And then I think at the very end, he started hitting on her mom, which I thought was like, hey, that's really interesting too. Yeah. So that made me want to read another one to see, because she was busting a couple of cliches in a way that I thought were interesting. Even though she was working really within the confines, there was some creativity there as far as reinterpreting. I don't know. That's how I felt like it.
It was sad about Hudson. That was pretty surprising. I agree with you. That was a bit of a twist I wouldn't have anticipated. I thought it was something pack related, like, what's the other guy's name? What's the other
Desmond or Dresden or
whatever.
I thought, he had stopped him from coming for some reason, or it was like pack business or whatever. But yeah, that was pretty intense. And then I thought Ket would be the next person I thought she was going to get with, and then I don't know if it was set up for a romance. I don't know if I read that part clearly enough at the very end when they were chit-chatting, but I still feel like there could be a chance there with Vampire, who I thought was kind of interesting, and I want to know more about his backstory of being a witch or a magic user and then becoming a vampire and retaining those powers. That was kind of neat. Seems like not something that typically happens in that world. And then I think, but probably most likely, she's going to end up with Desmond, which I feel is going to be he's the Curran of this book series.
Yeah, but he was at least sexy. Like, I was totally not into him. I was
she
just
got
like,
all nipple hard about him, like, towards the middle of the book, so
she was really into herself the whole time. Like, I think I highlighted a whole thing where it's like, everyone thinks I'm attractive, and everyone says I have a handful as far as her boobs. I was like, really? Just back off, lady. It's good to be confident, but I don't know, it was a bit much.
She was annoying. I thought she was really annoying.
I mean, wasn't it kind of weird? They didn't even go on a real date. I mean, they did their little dance magic moments, and then he went to yoga shirtless, and then he asked her on a date, and then he dies, and she's like, I could have really loved him. I'm like, you know,
Yeah, you didn't even know him. And then didn't she get upset about her shoes or something?
Oh, yeah. Well, priorities. Yeah, one thing is, there was a Sex and the City kind of moment when she's complaining about she didn't have enough money for groceries, but then she's got these $400, like 10.
I know.
Right.
Dollar. But that's straight out of Sex and the City, because there's an actual episode of Sex and the City where she like could have bought her apartment with the money she spent on high heels.
Yeah.
Fluvogs aren't that expensive.
Oh,
They're kind of expensive.
Fluvogs are pretty expensive. Like I always used to pay.
What, like $500?
No,
some of them
like
really
200.
because I would basically every time I go to Vancouver for an episode of Supernatural, I would save all my per diem. So they give you like a chunk of cash up front so you could pay for lunch and feeding yourself on off days.
Yeah.
So I would always take that much money and just spend it on one player of Fluvogs and then like eat craft service the whole time.
Marc Jacobs. Mine was Marc Jacobs purses. My per diem would always go towards Marc Jacobs purses.
It's a good choice, Veronica.
Weird life. Yeah.
I'm actually just buying expensive food.
That's a good one. Yeah.
I didn't even think to like save up my money to buy Fluvogs. I do like that Fluvogs were the main like passion of her shoe problem. Mine was Daljeets. I wasn't a Fluvog kind of girl. I'm more of a Daljeets kind of girl. But I will say that there was a lot of product placement in this book.
Oh God, everybody was saying that on the forums. Like there was a lot of specific brands.
Do you think she got from like she was? I mean, do you have to get?
I think they do that to make it more realistic.
Do they?
I don't know. You don't have to get permission to mention something in a fiction, right?
I think you do. I think you. I mean, I don't know, but I remember when I was doing my book, like vetting. I mean, mine was nonfiction, so you could do brands and stuff in it. I don't think I had very many at all, but I think in fiction, it's kind of like showing a product in a movie. Or is that not the case?
No, I don't think so.
And on nonfiction, you have to get permission because in the craft book I just wrote, I have a whole section on flasks, like making your own decoupage flask, and I wanted to have alcohol in the background, and they had to blur it and turn around bottle so you don't see the label.
But that's a photo. I feel like text. I don't know. I just feel like I've never heard of that before.
If it's text, you have to get
all
permission.
I know is that it wasn't as bad as like, other things like, like Project Runway where they're like, okay, designers, go down to the Mary Kay wall and the whatever shoe place and the thing that they do.
I love how they always do like these weird like Project Runway episodes where it's like Pringles is your host, so we have to make everything out of Pringles containers.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so other than the boots, what other products did they mention in the book that were so obvious? I don't remember anything other than the boots.
Yeah, I don't either.
I feel like there was there a beverage? I feel like there were certain things that were brought up. I don't know, I can't remember.
They mentioned
there was
Starbucks.
somebody on the forums who brought it up as well and listed some of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I had that comment here.
7 jeans, they say in the chat.
Oh, yes, 7 jeans, yes.
7 jeans.
Which is like, those are way
overrated.
10 years ago.
Lululemon, that's right. She did sleep in her Lululemons, that's right.
She can afford $200 yoga pants.
Opie nail polish during the yoga class.
Oh,
Damn,
yes,
you guys
I forgot
are good.
that.
You guys are good.
Why does
It irritated a lot of people.
why do yoga pants cost $200? And should you just wear sweatpants or something? I mean,
Your butt looks so good in
Oh
them.
my God! Don't get me started on these. It's embarrassing.
They're really good.
I have Benedict Cumberbatch yoga pants, and he looks a lot different on my butt than on most people's butts.
I cannot believe. All right, we're talking about brand. If they want to pay me to talk about their goddamn yoga pants, I will take their money and their yoga pants. But Lululemon, like, I hate everything that company stands for, and yet they do not sag, they don't sack out, they keep their shape. You can wash them constantly, you can put them in the dryer, they're exactly the same. I've had the same pair for a year, I wear them every week, and they are unchanged. It's unbelievable.
They don't fall down, so you're not like constantly like having you stand back
You
up.
don't get sack butt.
You don't like get up to like Warrior 1 and be like, okay, hold on a second, and like pull up the pants.
It's unreal. I look like I have abs in Lululemon. It's amazing.
You know, there's this actual pants, yoga pants, that will zap you into the right position, and I wrote an article for it on CNET, and I think you should send me a pair to try out. But I'm so bad at yoga, I'm afraid I might die in them.
Well, you can come with me. We can go.
There was a Keurig coffee maker. Porsche, BMW.
Right.
Wow, there really was a lot of product placement.
Oh, I like it. All right, Saphira has a Porsche,
Saphira,
BMW,
yeah.
Whole Foods, Starbucks, 7 Jeans, Lululemon, Opie, and the Keurig.
Wow. I hope she got free stuff from writing this.
Yeah.
What was the deal with all the stools, though? Did you remember, guys? There were so many mentions of stools.
She was
And I was
obsessed
like-
with stools, and I couldn't stop singing that stool song from Waiting for Guffman or whatever. This, stools, stools. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Okay.
That's the only Christopher Guest movie I fell asleep during.
Oh, it's so good. You
Only
should try
one.
it
I don't
again.
know why.
You should try it again. It's really
I'll try it again. I'll
Yeah,
try it
I haven't
again.
seen
I was
it yet.
probably
It's a stool
stoned or
song.
something.
I have a question for you all. Why was there so much puking in this book?
Yes, there was a lot of puking. I think Zach from the forum said, "Why there's way too much puking."
Mhm.
Like, do you feel like this has more puking than any book we've ever read?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt that way, and I also then it gave me PTSD because I just spent the last 10
more
months
sickness.
puking, morning sickness, all 24-hour sickness. So for 10 months of puking, and then suddenly I'm like, now I have to read about it. Now that I finally am not puking.
I kind of felt like if she pukes so much, why doesn't she make more cupcakes made from ginger?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, she should have anti-puking.
So much. She only pukes when there's dark magic.
Yeah. She should be using dark magic to make cupcakes that heal you from puking and such. I'm just saying. I would spend a lot of money on cupcakes that were hangover cures.
Oh yeah.
I just had a problem with her grandmother never picking up the phone. Like, I'm just like, pick up the damn cell phone. She called her like 5 or 6 times. It's like, well, if grandma ever answers I'm like, and, by the way, her grandma owns like $5 million worth of real estate in Vancouver. Like, for real. Because there's one thing where her grandmother has a house, and she also owns the building, and upstairs is her apartment, which has a beautiful view, and Kitsilano is not cheap, guys. That
Right.
at least $5-6 million worth of real estate her grandma has, but she can't seem to pick up the cell phone. That bothered me.
Well, she's a grandma. My grandma used to just you'd be in the middle of being like, so I'll see you, and then she's just hung up, and you're still talking. So, my aunt was here this weekend, and she just never picks up her cell phone, and we don't know why. We think it's maybe because she can't see things.
Oh.
I don't know. We don't know. She's crazy. My
I
aunt
feel
is
like that's weird because if I don't know. There used to be, I talk to my parents every weekend, and there used to be a time, because they're convinced that San Francisco's like Law and Order, that I'm going to die at any moment. So there was a time when if I didn't respond to their calls, they would, the cops would show up, or there would be a knock on my door from my landlord saying, your parents called. So it's like, I feel like maybe they're over due diligent about it, but in a good way. But yeah, I feel like if your grandmother doesn't pick up the phone, that's a bad sign. Because grandmas love it when their grandkids call them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be worried that she didn't have her life alert bracelet on and had fallen in the tub,
But this grandma was she's like the magic witch bitch of
Right.
Vancouver, and she was surfing. So she's actually the cool kind of grandma, not the life alert kind of grandma.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right.
bring up how useless grandma and mom were.
Oh boy.
We're going to find out
yeah.
who dad was. And they're like, I don't know. And it's like, well, then why did you even bring it up? I was so...
Yeah, the whole plot of the book is there's a mystery behind her heritage, and Ket, the vampire, is like, oh, you're not human witch. You're something else, but nobody tells her what. And
Right.
then we wait the
So
whole
annoying.
book for her mom and her grandma to get there at the very end to beat her
And
sister.
still not tell her.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know, had sex at some sort of Aboriginal thing, which is kind of offensive.
Yeah, right? Well,
Culturally insensitive, but anyway.
that's not brought up to, imply she's biracial. I mean, I'm not excusing it.
Really?
No,
Because she
she just
describes her very blonde hair and her very pale skin.
Yeah, and she said her father was also
He was
Was he
Australian.
not Australian? Yeah, they
Uh-huh.
didn't say he was right.
Aboriginal.
Didn't they say he was tall and blonde?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not biracial. Maybe not.
That would have been more interesting.
I think they both just met at the Aboriginal sex party.
I don't know, is the Aboriginal sex party like Burning Man? Like,
That's what I was just thinking, and I was like, oh god, that sounds awful.
I mean, that feels like maybe that's what they just call it. Like maybe it wasn't actually Aboriginal. Maybe it was just a bunch of white people co-opting Aboriginal stuff. Like, you know, like Burning Man. And Burning
Is
Man.
that what Burning Man does?
Basically,
I
they were
know.
burning.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm drinking a lot.
I don't go outside, so I can't judge.
I don't really know a lot about Aboriginal festivals, so I have no idea if it's more like Coachella, if we're talking Burning Man, if it's Lilith Fair-esque. I don't
know. All I know is everything about Burning Man offends me just because it's just stupid.
It's just
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I don't care. I'm gonna go and I'm
Really?
gonna try it and I'm gonna Fallout 4 cosplay.
Are
That's
you-
what I'm gonna do.
I have a lot of
Everyone
friends
can
who
suck
go
it.
and they love it. It's literally the highlight of their year.
Yeah,
I just
know,
want to try it.
I have a lot of friends who go too, and I'm still like, I'm sorry, I hate what you do.
I just don't want to go outside.
I went
I've
to
said that to people before.
Outside is terrible.
I went to Burning Man in 1996, but I don't really remember it. So it was,
Well, it seems normal. That seems.
I
normal.
do want to bring up one of my favorite parts of the book,
Okay.
which was spellbook. So her scanning the grimoire, which I don't know why more witches in our books don't do this. But everybody, I mean, I like a handwritten grimoire. I like a handwritten spellbook like anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like Harry Potter raised me right. I mean, I was old when Harry Potter came out. But I'm just saying, I do like handwritten books. But there's something to be said. When you got a lot of grimoires or a big old heavy tome, it's good to scan it. It's good to have an e-spellbook that you can, like, access
Yeah.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
especially
was
because
smart.
other
Like
people
like
are always-
Wikipedia,
Yeah.
but in a book.
It's
Grimoria.
Witchipedia.
Like some
Wikipedia.
kind of encyclopedia in book form.
Yeah, and then like every once a year, a witch gets on there and like asks you for a bunch of money to keep it going.
I would love that. What if there was a bunch of, like, warlocks who hated the witches and went on and changed all their bios like Gamergate did to most of us?
I've changed things on Wikipedia before. It's been really funny.
Everybody's saying Wikipedia. That's funny.
Wikipedia.
Oh, I get it. That's funny.
They're
That's
funny.
good.
I hope
That
someone
definitely exists already.
Yeah.
We had
Like
there were a
faster.
couple of complaints on the forums about the way that she named her cupcakes and how many cupcakes she actually ate and her chocolate obsession. Do we?
Yeah.
Anybody want to comment about that situation?
Well, I'm in the middle of eating 3, but they're
Whatever,
not
she can do whatever she wants. Who
they're
cares?
not giant cupcakes. I mean, these aren't as big as my head. They're tiny. See, for comparison,
But hers were very large, right?
yeah, she had large chocolate, like
Like
diabetes coma cupcakes.
Yeah, like those Costco muffins, like that size, I think.
Yeah.
Whatever. If a girl likes cupcakes and if she's doing her yoga, more power to her.
Oh yeah,
It was
eat
about
as many as you want.
I don't think it was about fat calorie intake. I think it was about sugar rush.
Realistically, eating 3 huge cupcakes
Yeah,
at a
it's
sitting
about,
several
it's not
times
about
a day.
calorie counting. It's about, are you going to go into a diabetic coma because you're having too much sugar too quickly? Or are you, like, time traveling like some of us do when we have too much sugar?
Mm-hmm.
I think I could eat 3 giant cupcakes.
You think so?
I think I could.
I think I'd get garbage belly. I'd probably throw up.
Well, that would be good for this book. There's a lot of Ralphing in it.
Yeah.
Guys, as far as characters goes, who was your favorite character? Because my favorite character was the werewolf girl, Katie or Candy.
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 It was awesome. Why couldn't there be a romance between those two?
I know! That
Yeah.
was so sexy. Like, I feel like, wait a minute. Like, I have this problem with most of the books that we read where I'm like, I'm all about the side character romance. Like, I'm all about this person that just kind of comes through and then you don't see them again for the rest of the book. You're like, but. Because it seems like it'd be more interesting. But I haven't read the rest of the book series, so I don't know if that character comes up again.
Candy, I think Candy's in the rest. I think, I don't know. I looked I looked ahead just to see the back of the books, like the description of it, because I think I'm going to read the second one because everyone's recommending the second one as a better sort of fills out the magic world and gets a little bit more into it.
Sexy scenes.
More
later.
sexy scenes in it too, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know.
There's also a sister series in the same universe called, I think it's called I See Me, and that actually has sex in it. So, yeah.
Real
Same-
sexy?
It's called I See Me, and it's the same universe, and it's about sisters.
Oh.
So I don't think it's about characters that we saw in this book. So I don't. But I'll read it. I don't care. I'm gonna read all 5 books in the series because I want to see where it goes. And I feel like it'd be a quick read, but yeah, I agree. I think the side character romance would have been better. And also, I was just kind of bummed that the guy I was rooting for dies right away. So
Yeah. Oh, Candy moved into the apartment next door. That was a good. Me is reminding us. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But
Okay.
I doubt that they get together. That would be too bold
I
a
know,
twist,
it's
probably,
too
for the
soon.
genre. But, you know, Sean Sanduk put together a whole list of gay and lesbian romances that we could pick from. So there's a whole great list that we can pick if we want to do a month on something like that.
I would love that. I thank you for doing that list, by the way, Sean, because that was a cool list. And
Yeah. Really good suggestions on the forum of gay romance novels.
have we done one since Tipping the Velvet?
No, we haven't. So we need to do a male romance, I think.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
Yeah,
All right.
for sure.
Maybe for another.
Well,
book
I mean,
party.
didn't Swords Point, wasn't that
Swords Point did, yes, that had a male romance. You're right, actually. Yeah.
And
But it
I
wasn't
didn't even
explicit.
finish that one.
Oh, I know. You lemmed that one, didn't you?
I did.
No judgy. Okay,
It's been a while.
we have some really good questions for the forums I want to get to before we stop. Harry-O asks, if you could design your own personal cupcake, what flavor would it be and what would you call it?
I really like I'm not gonna be able to think of a creative name, but I like toffee. I really like toffee candy and toffee and ice cream and stuff like that. So it'd probably be something with toffee and chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm-
And what would you call it?
Toffee coffee, toffee coffee, tummy, toffee coffee in my tummy.
Wow.
I don't know.
I think
Chat
I-
room, think of a better name.
I think
Well,
I
we have to
sang
name
that
them
song.
cup of, because she named all hers cup of sin and cup of, which I really didn't like.
It was like
Cup of
cinnamon
crunch.
cup
I'd be
or-
cup of crunch.
Cup of
Yeah.
crunch? Okay, cup of crunch. Bonnie, what about you?
So there's this great show on Taste Made, which is a new channel on Apple TV that's all hipster cooking shows, and it's called Thirsty For. And all it is really great music, and they show you how to make a cocktail or drink in every country. And I kept thinking, I've had this before, the margarita cupcake, which is a mix between tangy lime, but also some sea salt, and like a vanilla type cupcake. I'm not a big chocolate fan, so anything with like that's got sort of like salty and fruity, but also a ton of whipped cream on it. So I don't know, and possibly some booze injected in there somehow.
What would that be called, Bonnie? What would you name it?
Besides a cry for help.
Cup of cry for help.
I don't know. I don't know any good puns for margarita. God damn it. Where's Ann Wheaton when I need her?
I have to say it again. So you want to have it be lemony? Did you say lemony margarita-y?
Like lime, like a like
Limey?
you know, like key lime pie type thing. So lime, with maybe some salt. Maybe
Tasty tart in a cup.
there you go. Tart in a cup.
Tart in my heart.
Tart in my heart.
Oh, that's good.
Key lime
Weird.
cry in the.
Oh, perfect.
Key lime to me. Yeah, I'm better with other people's, I guess.
Lila, what would you make?
I really like almond.
Placenta. Don't say placenta.
Yeah, I really like almond things. You like marzipan stuff. So so probably some kind of marzipan thing with almonds in it. So Marzi tight pants in a cup. Marcy tight pants.
We're the worst at this.
Marcy tight pants.
Bad at this. You know who's really good at like naming food with puns is Hannah. If Hannah Hart's here,
Clit lime pie.
Clit lime pie was very funny.
Pretty
Desnock.
funny.
Very funny, clit lime pie.
Okay, mine would be I can't have chocolate because it gives me terrible acid reflux, so I had to let go of that in my life forever. It's very sad.
No.
My two things, I love peanut butter, but everybody always puts chocolate on it. So I would either do like a peanut one, or I really love pink Starburst. So if I could have like a fruit punch light pink cupcake with like a little bit of pineapple in the buttercream on the top, it'd be like
I call it like a Care Bear cupcake.
a Care Bear cupcake.
yeah,
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Punch in a cup.
like a rose infused cupcake. Like,
Oh, that sounds good.
yeah.
Punch in a cup is good.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What's the stuff you drink in college where they just throw it all in a cooler and it's
Isn't that a
just, like,
trash
all-
punch? Trash punch?
No, it's called something else.
Is it the Everclear thing?
Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
And it's like every
Jungle
alcohol-
juice.
Jungle juice, yeah.
jungle juice.
All right.
Yeah.
I like Care Bear cupcake.
Let's see. We have other questions about what do you think her lineage is? I think we've already established we all think she's fairies or an angel, maybe?
Do you think what?
Someone
I
said
think she-
angel. Yeah.
I think she's part angel, but Veronica said that we think that Jade's part fairy.
Faye, yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you guys
I
think?
think angels are good cooks. I don't think that matters to them, but fae are all about cooking. So, but
Okay.
she could also be succubus. She could be part succubus and part witch because she takes the magic from other. I don't know.
Okay, well, it's a portal to a bright, glowing land that her stupid sister couldn't survive in. So it's got to be something
Probably
good.
survives, I bet.
I mean,
has
so
to
she'll be back.
Faye.
She
It has
comes
to be
back.
It's got to be Faye.
Yeah.
I don't
All
know.
right.
Now I'm leaning towards leprechaun.
And that's how she bewitches everybody with her cupcakes. It's partially like she is putting her magic in the cupcakes, and that's why.
That's the fae thing. It's like what
Yeah, they do that.
Midsummer Night's Dream was. You're not supposed to eat the food from.
Right. If you eat the food from the fairyland, then you'll be stuck there forever.
If I learned anything from Labyrinth besides how attractive David Bowie is, it's don't eat the food there. Unless you want to stay with David Bowie forever. Which, why didn't she stay? God.
Well, his hair was stupid in that. I
I don't care.
don't want to say anything bad about David Bowie right now. It was a bad.
Are
day.
you saying his hair was bad in the labyrinth?
I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing.
Is that?
I did. I
Oh,
love
boy,
David Bowie. I'm sorry. I love David Bowie. I sobbed, but this is.
No, I get it, Kyla. It's a little too Kaja Goo Goo. I get it.
It is. It totally is.
I get it.
Which is weird because I did like the guy in Kasha Gugu, so I don't know. It was just too much for me.
Yeah, it's too much moose. It's too
Okay,
much.
here's a good question. Candy and My Heels on the forum ask, if you could add in a love scene, who would be in it in this book? I would do a threesome with Candy, Hudson, and Jade in a yoga studio.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. That is the most fun yoga I could ever think of. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I would do me and a cupcake.
You and a cupcake?
Just me and a cupcake. just me slowly eating a cupcake.
You know, you could probably make a lot of money in YouTube advertising if you did that as a show.
And you just kind of whispered it, hey, I'm going to eat my cupcake right
yeah,
now.
do it like
Yeah.
ASMR voice.
ASMR, yeah, but you're actually just eating. It's just
Yeah,
chewing sounds.
Yeah. Oh God, I can't watch the chewing sound one.
Anyway, American Sign Language has nothing to do with cupcakes.
I could just make the papery sounds.
Oh.
That I could do. The chewing sound ones I just can't.
One of my fondest memories at VidCon was you showing me those stupid, what was it, ASR?
Oh, ASMR, yeah.
Yeah, none of you knew what it was at the time, and I was like, no, seriously, you guys.
Kyla kind of was like, don't you get that tingly feeling? I'm like, I want to punch the person on this video. I don't. I get violent. Like, I'm the 1% who can't watch those videos without, like, getting super violent. where everybody else is all relaxed and like goosebumpy, and I'm like, I want to punch this person. Brushing their hair and talking about it.
Okay, 2 more questions before we go into casting and wrap it up, guys. Quickly. I like how each Adept's magic had its own flavor or scent. If you had your own magic, what do you think yours would be? Mine would be vanilla and pineapple.
You like pineapple a lot.
I'm really into pineapple. It's a fresh scent.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine would definitely be sandalwood and amber.
You smell like a really hot food.
Very heady scents.
Yeah.
I like jasmine. Jasmine's my favorite scent, so I think I'd be jasmine. Jasmine-y.
I would be a mix of cinnamon and clove, so I guess I would smell like Christmas. Or goth who likes cinnamon.
Yeah.
Cinnamon is good. Okay, last question before we go into casting and then wrap it up. Which mainstream song would put you in the mood to air hump a pack of werewolves on the dance floor? Kat asks.
Ooh,
God.
New Order. Anything.
Too many people in the chat are saying they want to smell like nacho cheese. That is not a good smell, guys.
Not a good smell.
Well, I mean, it's a good smell.
No.
It's a good smell.
No, not
I mean, objectively, it's a good smell.
Right.
You can't argue with that. It's not.
Like sauteing garlic is a really good smell, but do you want that to be?
I don't want to smell like that. Like how I just told you that objectively it's a good smell. Like your opinion doesn't matter.
You know what? Like nacho cheese, it would smell like a high school kid's Camry. Like like a Taco Bell smell.
Taco Bell, yeah.
That's what cinnamon Big Red makes me think of making out in high school. Yeah.
See, mine was juicy fruit, so I think we're just dating different guys.
Yeah.
Okay, what would your song be? Okay, so Veronica would be New Order.
Yeah.
I would be Shakira She-Wolf.
Ooh.
What's that one song?
No, you want Ojo Sasi. Ojo Sasi is the best Shakira song.
I mean, that one's good too.
Wow.
Okay, it has to be a pretty fast song if you're humping werewolves. Like, it can't be Bela Lugosi's Dead, right?
No, like dubstep.
You can have slow jam. I don't know why.
Why TNI old school?
Okay, I'm gonna say.
Buenos nachos.
I'm gonna say The Weeknd with "I Can't Feel My Face."
What?
The Weeknd.
Oh, I can't feel my face when I'm with you.
I can't feel my. Yeah, I can't.
But I love it.
Okay.
Cause I don't know. It's not really a grindy song. I feel like we need like Hotline Bling or something.
Yeah.
It's a grindy song. I mean, I'm gonna say Tom Cruise did a really good ad lib of that on, like a lip sync of that on Jimmy Fallon. So.
To Hotline Bling?
No, to Weeknd. Can't Feel My Face.
Oh.
Anything by Garbage in the 90s. Garbage is a good one. That's a good grindy.
That's a good grindy. That'll work.
What, Kyla? You didn't suggest one.
I know, it's because I like indie rock, and I'm like, what
That's
am I gonna do? I'm gonna like grind to iron and wine? I don't.
No.
That's not gonna work. No, I don't really like that.
What about Anaconda?
I feel like you could grind to Pavement. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Oh, I think I would just go like maybe like 50 Cent or like R. Kelly. You know, like something like Hot in Here. You know, something like that. Maybe.
I think
Pony.
Or Kanye.
Pony.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what everyone's screaming.
You and I should start a strip club where you only strip to like Americana indie. So like
Yeah, I would only strip to Sufjan Stevens. Like
yes,
that would be like my thing.
yes, it's like Monsters of Folk. That's it. That's
perfect.
All right, let's just get our casting done. Okay, so we had some really good suggestions on the forum. Ket suggested, for Ket, we had Alexander Skarsgård. And
I'm so surprised because this is a Sookie Stackhouse novel.
Right, we all thought that.
Yeah, literally everybody thought that.
Wait a minute, I saw his recommendations, and wasn't it all the Skarsgårds? Like all
it
of
was
them?
all Skarsgårds, yeah. As a general, like, Skarsgård.
That's a wide range. If you include all this, it's not like including all the Hensmiths.
Well, I always get Chris and Liam mixed up because I always feel like they should be in the opposite.
One of them's brown-headed and one of them's blonde-headed.
Right. Yeah. I just feel like Liam Hemsworth should be Thor, but it's Chris Hemsworth that is Thor. It just seems like Liam seems like much more like a Thor name.
Right? Like one's Thor, and what's the other guy? Is a stripper. No.
I don't know what or Liam. I don't know what Liam. He's like in the Notebooks movies. I don't know.
We had a Veronica Belmont casting for Sienna.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm evil. She's such a bitch, though.
I would cast.
Yeah, none of us wanted to say it.
I would probably cast Kristen Ritter.
Or Jessica Biel.
I feel like she
the
needs
90s.
to look more wayfish. Like, Kristen Ritter doesn't look wayfish. I need someone kind of like slinky.
She's skinny. What do you mean?
I mean, she's skinny, but she's not wayfish. She's not like, I don't mean like skinny. I mean, she's...
So like Natalie Portman, maybe?
Yeah, like more heroin chic than like...
Rooney Mara.
Oh, yeah.
You could
That'd
break
be
that
good.
so easily.
Yeah, totes.
Kristen Stewart, that was a good suggestion from Shannon.
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart.
Brenda from 90210. Desnuk, you're dating yourself.
Oh, but you know what? I give points for the old school shout out.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, then we had Jade. I think the best one was the one that I had. It was also on the forums. Margot Robbie.
I don't know who that is.
Who is that?
Yeah. She's very wholesome looking.
She's the blonde that's playing what's her face in Batman? Harley Quinn. In Suicide Squad.
Oh, and Suicide
Squad. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Except I get her mixed up with Britta from Community. They look the same.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
so either one, honestly.
It's like, honestly, I'm with you, Kylie. I suffer from blindness. So.
And last, I had Una, the woman who plays the witch in Game of Thrones, and she was also in Harry Potter. Una,
who plays Melisandre?
What's her face? No, not Melisandre. The hedge witch that took Bran and what's his face? The other kid.
Really creepy eye.
Tonks.
Yeah, Tonks. Yes, Tonks. Una, what's her face? Anyway, that's who I think would play Candy.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Tonks. And Tonks is basically the same character.
How old is Candy supposed to be?
20s?
Oh, okay. I don't know why I saw her more as like a Tilda Swinton, but I did.
I mean, Tilda Swinton, have you seen Orlando when she was younger?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Me too. I love it so much. We've seen it so many times.
Osha. Her name's Osha. Okay.
I know that. I don't know why I can remember that.
Swinton might be
crosswords all the time.
I feel like Tilda Swinton might be my new Cumberbatch.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I keep seeing her, like reading books. I keep picturing her in more and more roles.
Who?
You have to see all of Tilda Swinton's. You need to see all of her movies. You need to see. Wasn't she in the Cook, Thief, The Wife and His Lover? I think she was in that.
Yeah. My favorite movie that she's in on Netflix right now is called I Am Love, and it's in Italian, and it's a beautiful, beautiful movie. So you guys should watch it on Netflix, and it's hot. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm busy watching Call the Midwife all the time.
Okay. Well, guys, I guess we're going to wrap it up. Next month is Kyla's pick. Kyla, do you want to tell everybody what you picked? Or I have it right here, too. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll give a little explanation, and then you can.
Yeah.
If you want to
do
read
it.
So it's The Pillars of the Earth by Anne Bishop, and I think we read an Anne Bishop before with the Daughters of the Blood series, which are amazing. But this one is about it's about the Fae, and then the people who are part Fae, who sort of guard the doorway between both worlds, and then the woman who she's the heroine who is one of those people, and what happens, and it's actually a good parable, I think, for I can't remember, for like other countries and their struggles. Okay, anyways, that's what it's about.
It sounds good.
Really good pitch, Kyla. Like this.
That's how all my pitches go. They just sort of rant at the end.
Well, it's called The Pillars of the World, and that's by Ann Bishop. So that will be our main next month. And remember, guys, we're throwing it to you guys to see if you want to pick an alt book, and then feel free to start any threads you want under the forum. We're just trying to like free and give you guys volition of steering the discussion every month. Last month, everybody was reading Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, so there's a thread on that in the forum as well. And go to,
Back up. Did any of you guys go see the movie?
I want to. I forgot. No.
I saw Deadpool instead, which was, oh my god, amazing!
I haven't been to a movie. Well, I went to see Star Wars, but I don't count that. That's just, life.
Required.
Yeah.
I've been to another movie since Star Wars, and I went to go see it because I was like, oh, I'll watch it because I liked the book and I really liked the cast.
Yeah, I want to see it.
The cast is amazing, and just that alone was perfect. I mean, there's some funny moments that are kind of like, oh yeah, they're just gimmicky, but Matt Smith's great in it, and Lena Headey is in it from Game of Thrones, and it's a fun watch. Like, I really, really liked it. So I'm hoping if this movie does well, they'll do other movies, like, based on the Quirk books that Seth wrote. So my favorite one is Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters. And I really, really, really hope they make that. And also, Android Kareninin is also very good.
Oh my god, I would want that. I love Anna Karenina so much.
Well, there you go.
It's good.
Okay. Well, guys, our hangout next month is the 22nd of March, and we will see you there on the last Tuesday of March. And just a shout out, go to the forums at goodreads.com/vaginalfantasy and follow us on Twitter at vaginalfantasy to be updated throughout the month. And join a local club if you can, because it's pretty fun and people seem to enjoy it. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.